Perfect. Perfect. Sounds good to me. Oh, if anyone can pull it off, though, it's you, man. Like I said, I know you're busy. I know it gets overloading, but we get there eventually. Even if I could get my little brother to be a cameraman, that'd be perfect. I just told him he works evenings, and I just said if you're off on certain nights and you want to be a cameraman, I can get you set up. I'll send you David to get everything squared away. That's all right by me. I believe that'd be the first time in this league. I'm sure we'll have more than 6 tonight. I'm thinking maybe 10 at the very least, 20 at the very most. Let's do this. Ready when you are, David. And here's my cat. This will be cool. Alrighty, everybody. Welcome back to Volusia Speedway Park in Volusia County, Florida for round 2 of the Northeast iRacing League here at Volusia on kind of another pickup basin tonight. Pickup basis, my apologies. We're running a shorter practice this week, 16 minutes on the clock. So far, 14 drivers answering the call here at Volusia for the second round. Practice, of course, taking place in the daytime. Few details tweaked, things changed around, so if we end up with the consolation event happening, that will be happening. There is going to be 18 cars taken from the heats into the A-main. Drivers can lock in, to the feature within by transferring in through their heat racer, making it in through the consolation event. Either way, if we do go over 18, unfortunately, some guys will be going home or hopefully staying around and watching the action at Northeast iRacing League. Just going over some final notes here from race control tonight. David Smith in the tower, making the calls for the race this evening. Our practice session here, or hot laps, if you will. 20-minute time limit. Heat races, 10 cars, 8 laps, 4 advance. Consolations, A and B if needed. 12 cars, 10 laps. The number of entrants, of course, determines how many make it in through the Consie. If I am not mistaken, I'm just going through some more notes here. Should have a Consie tonight. Also, 10 cars now in the heat, so likely 2 to 3 heats at most. So top 4 would transfer. If there's, for example, 3 heat races, top 4 would transfer. That would make 12 cars, and then 6 would transfer in by virtue of the consolation event. Of course, top 4 is usually your magic mark for the heat, though, unless, of course, there is more than 4 heats. But so far, we've only had, I think, at most 4, so drivers shouldn't have to worry tonight, as 18 have now officially answered the call here for this session. I do believe we are looking at Ryan Holland, Chad Lackey, and Trevin McCrillis making a return here to the Northeast iRacing League. Running in the top 3, as they run right now, Matt Barber's 4th. 5th is Quentin Stohart. Clayton Solovsky running in P6. Brody Plotz, track photographer at Brockville, Ontario Speedway, running P7. Mike Denny in that number 97 ride, running in P8. Josh Black, always strong here in the Northeast iRacing League, along with that number 9 of Logan Brown, running 9th and 10th currently. Nicholas Scavia currently locking himself in the number 11 position, with Ken Scott, Josh Verne, John West, and newcomer Rylan Banks rounding out the field for the 15 cars that have taken time so far tonight. I also see we have Tyler Bushy and Chris Martin in the field as well, so should be a pretty solid showing here at Volusia for our second round, as we have just over 13 minutes left in our practice / hot laps event for these drivers to get their cars figured out. Yes, we actually do have the timer working this week, so kudos to David for sorting everything out with that. Of course, David running pretty much the whole Northeast iRacing League himself right now. Help of some officials, of course, myself, Colin Chismore, your commentator. Jared Galway also joins me occasionally here in the commentator section for the Northeast iRacing League, and of course, many other people in the back scenes. Ella Scott, I know, is one of them. Jim Bordon. We've got some pretty big names helping David, but of course, looking for a few folks, if you're willing and listening in on the stream, to send David a message, see how you can help. We're looking, I know, for somebody to run the camera angles here tonight. here in the Northeast iRacing League, and talks of a novice division, but we haven't had anybody really step up to kind of take the reins on that. So if you could get in touch with David if you're interested, by all means. Man can only do so much is what I'm trying to get at. He does a phenomenal job of what he does, though. So, like I said, my hat's off to you, Mr. Smith. As Ryan Holland, Chad Lackey, and Trevor McCurl still running in your top 3 positions. Matt Barber not far behind, number P4 right now. Matt always having a strong showing here. Of course, regular at Rockville, Ontario Speedway, Cornwall Motor Speedway for 602 Crate Sportsman Division, of course. Matt coming into his first full-time season, potentially, in that number 16 ride, driving for Tessier Racing. Chad Lackey in that number 91, former vintage driver at Rockville, Ontario Speedway. Always very strong here in this Northeast iRacing League as well. Of course, running P2 right now. I honestly don't know much about Lackey's career. I wish I could tell you more, but from what I know in this Northeast iRacing League so far, and from the conversations I had with Chad, he's a very, very talented driver. Stand-up guy as well. Very, very kind. Trevin McCrillis in that number 71 ride, currently running P3. Trevin a regular, I just found out, actually, at the Brighton Speedway. In the mini stock division, or Comp 4. I'm not 100% sure which one that is, but of course, nice to know that little bit of information as we add yet another mini stock / Comp 4 driver to the field. I know we have a couple others, Clayton Slavsky, Zach Lynch, Ryland Banks. Of course, all names in the division in Eastern Ontario. As Ryan Holland still continues to lead the way in that number 15, as we're watching Chad Lackey try and find anything he can on the outside. His practice is just over 10 minutes to go now, so about halfway through our practice session here. Gonna do a little bit of a rundown again. Ryan Holland in that number 15 modified is your current leader for hot laps. Chad Lackey in the 91, Trevin McCrillis in the 71, Matt Barber behind him in the number 16, Nicholas Scavia in P5 in that number 14 ride, Quentin Stohart currently ranked P6 in the 89, 17 of Tyler Bushy running P7, the 444 of John West in P8, that Jeff Gordon looking number 24 running P9, that's Clayton Slobsky. Rounding out your top 10, we have the 96 of Brody Plotz. In 11th, Logan Brown in the number 9. The 27 of Chris Martin, ranking P12. P13, that number 97 rider Mike Denny. Josh Verne making a return here to the Northeast iRacing League after a pretty strong run here at Volusia the last time they were out, so hopefully he can pick up where he left off and come away with another heat win. Josh Black in that number 7, currently ranked P15. Ryland Banks in the 76, 16th, and Ken Scott 17th, as Derek Demont joins the field in the number 72. So we have 19 drivers, so if I am correct, we are going to have only one guy going home as of right now. Kind of a really good turnout for a pickup race of sorts. Running on a Monday night, typically we're currently running on the Thursdays at this same time. Ryan Holland running a 16.627. That's pretty quick around Volusia here. I know we're continuing to tweak the track settings a little bit more. I'm not 100% sure what's going on and with it, but we see the number 89 of Stohart throw quite the slider on that number 24 Slavsky as they're battling in practice here, almost like they're in a heat race. Stohart keeps throwing that crossover, but that 24 is able to throw or the slider, but that 24 is able to cross him over and return the favor pretty much every other turn, watching these two battle it out. Hopefully Slavsky is able to learn a little bit from Quentin Stohart, who's always strong here, currently running in the P number 6 position, but Clayton's not that far back. From what I can see, about 0.2 of a second are separating those drivers, and we all know Clayton's only going to keep getting faster. We nicknamed him the closer here in the Northeast iRacing League as Quentin gets into the wall. The 24 of Clayton collected in that event as well. They both take it back into the proverbial garage area to figure things out for what they need to be able to do, try. As we're currently just over 7 minutes remaining in this session as Stohart rejoins the track, watching Chad Lackey circulate around the outside there, but Matt Barber now making it out onto the track, see if he can better his position in these hot laps, and most importantly, learn what he can about this track tonight at Volusia Speedway. As the 24 is upside down back there, not sure exactly what happened, but no caution this time. We're currently just under the hot laps right now with 6 minutes remaining roughly. Plenty of time left to tune in. If you're not tuned in or subscribed on with YouTube, Discord, Twitch, all that good stuff, please like, follow, subscribe, whatever it may be. Even on Facebook, we're trying to get up to that 100 like mark so we can actually be able to go live on there. I personally feel that that would be huge for the Northeast iRacing League if we could get to that point, as we all know that's how 90% of people here in the Northeast racing area communicate, for the most part. So definitely would be great to get up over that mark, as Ryan Holland still continues to lead. Nobody's able to best his 16.627 here tonight. I know they're probably going to end up running a little bit faster in qualifying as they continue to learn the track, as we're watching the 24 Slavsky circulate around the track again. Stohart's kind of closing in on him though, so these two can't seem to get away from each other tonight here, so we'll see if any of that carries over into a heat race or even the A-main. Like I said, 19 drivers answering the call here tonight so far, so definitely will make it interesting. This is now officially our 5 minute, well, we're under the 5 minute warning for the qualifying, so hopefully we get a little more as Adam Feeler, sorry, I'm not 100% sure how to pronounce that. Somebody will have to get back to me on that, as we're watching the 24 Slavsky. I'm not sure if that's Ryland Banks or not in there. I know we had Ryland Poole here last week, but Slavsky showing the new guy the ropes here at the Northeast iRacing League. Both mini stock drivers at the Brockville, Ontario Speedway and Cornwall Speedways, respectively. As we're watching Ryland try to work a little bit of a slider on Slavsky, but Slavsky's just strong on that high side. Like I said, watching Stohart and Slavsky go at it earlier, and now not much bite on the bottom. It's kind of making me wonder if any of this is going to transfer over to the heat race. I know lost my train of thought. Last week with the heat races, some of them were mostly single file along the high line, but then toward the end of the heat events, that bottom did show a little bit of bite. So I guess it's all driver pairings and what the track actually does. As like I said, we're trying to, from what I was told, make the track a little bit fresher than our last events. I know that's what I myself prefer more, is a bit of a heavier track, give the drivers a chance to hammer down, a little less wheel spin, a little more grip. Of course, race cars love that, as we're watching Ryan Holland still rip that cushion, as Solovsky's kind of just puttering around on the inside there for now, as we're watching Matt Barber join the field here. See if he can best his lap time of a 16.73, but currently Ryan Holland running that 16.627, Chad Lackey 16.704. So not a huge gap between Holland and Lackey and time-wise, but definitely it's there. McCrillis, Barber, Scavia, Stohart, all running 16.7, so maybe they'll be ones to watch tonight for sure. And as always, they always are. In the 16.8s, we have Tyler Bushy, John West, and Clayton Solowski leading the guys with the 16.9s. So it'll be a tight field here tonight. Hopefully provide some really good racing, as we're just under 2 minutes now for our practice sessions for the drivers to figure out how to get their cars to handle the best and how to drive them the best. So we'll see how things go. Ryan Holland still running that top line. Like I said earlier, though, it seems like that's where the drivers are preferring, at least in this hot lap session. As the track works its way in, burns itself off a little bit. So just at the 1 minute and roughly 5-second mark right now remaining in the session. So like I said, it's going to look like Ryan Holland's going to be the leader here for this, unless Chad Lackey, Trevor McCrillis, Barber, Scavia, Stohart, or any of those guys has anything left, as we watch Holland get the inside barrier just a little bit there to get some sent around, as Matt Barber trying to find a little bit of bite on the bottom there in these final few minutes of the hot lap session. And as I said that, he moves up to the top in turn 3 and 4. Coming down the front straightaway, working down in turn number 1. Now he's on the bottom again. Like I said, these drivers are going to be searching for that every inch of grip here tonight from the Volusia Speedway, as we're watching Josh Black try to rejoin the field here in the final seconds, as just under 20 seconds remaining now in the practice session. So like I said, it's going to be Holland, Lackey, McCrillis, Barber, Scavia, Stohart, Bushy, West, Solovsky, and Brody Plotz in the top 10 here in their hot lap session. Brown, Martin, Denny, Vern, Black, Banks, Scott, Demont, and Filer. Or Flyler, sorry. Yeah, Flyler. I'm pretty sure I got that right. Rounding out your field here, as the checkered flag has fallen on the practice session, or as they do in NASCAR, the red and black flag. We're going to move into the qualifying sessions here. So drivers have 5 minutes to post their 2 best laps to determine where they're going to start for the heat races. As we're watching Holland, Barber also I saw rolling out. We're going to see what Holland can do for a lap time here as we watch the drivers start to set their pace with 4 minutes and 30 seconds in this qualifying session remaining. Holland's really trying to work that high line there. Just like I said, saw him do it in hot laps, but of course the track was refreshened or reset here for a better description, and that cushion's just a little bit lower, so let's see if he can post a really good lap time. Matt Barber currently sitting on pole with a 16.528. Rylan Banks jumps to the top. Wow. The rookie, Rylan Banks, a 16.444. Quentin Stohart, a 16.367. So the track has definitely gotten faster after the reset. Of course, Stohart was extremely fast in hot laps, as Ryan Holland only able to pull off a 16.770 so far. As Scavia Stohart with a 16.166, we are officially over half a second faster than we were running our fastest lap in hot laps there. That is motoring around this Volusia Speedway as we're watching Josh Vern come to the checkered flag here. Or sorry, posting up its qualifying lap. But as they run right now with just over 3 minutes in the qualifying session, Stohart, Scavia, P1 and 2, Lackey, P3, Plotz, 4. The rookie, Rylan Banks, 16.444. Very, very clean session for these drivers. Matt Barber, 16.528. Trevin McCrillis running a 16.551. Tyler Bushy with a 1663, Black with a 1664. Clayton Slavsky's coming out to see what kind of lap time he can post. Like I said, he just hasn't been able to perform in qualifying, unfortunately. Having to battle his way in through heat races and B mains. He's always made the show so far, though. So let's see if the closer can post up a fast lap time, as it's looking like he may be the final driver to take a qualifying attempt here, as he's coming off turn 4 across the start-finish line for his first of 2 time laps. My apologies, 16:65.8. So locking in the top 10 currently for Slavsky, as we're just over 2 minutes now remaining in the session for these drivers to see what they can do. Let's see if Clay can best anything. 16:621 for Slavsky. He will be second place now. Seeming like waiting kind of paid off for Clayton there. Stohart and Slavsky, they cannot get away from each other tonight, though, from what I can see. In hot laps, they were battling, throwing sliders, crossing each other over, and now look at them. 1 and 2 in qualifying, with Stohart with a 16.116 and Slavsky with a 16.216. So those two drivers not far off of each other, as proven, as Slavsky's looking to go off the access road here, as we just have 1 minute and 20 seconds here in this session remaining. It doesn't look like any other drivers are left to qualify, so Stohart, Slavsky, Scavia, Lackey, and Brody Plot's your top 5. The rookie, Rylan Banks, in 6th. As those are your top 6 in qualifying. We're waiting to grid for heat number 1 here. We have Quentin Stohart, of course, on pole for heat number 1. To his outside, the number 17 of Tyler Bushy, I do believe, in that ride. That might not be Bushy. We'll get back to you on who's in that number 17 ride. But Brody Plots to the inside of row number 2 with Matt Barber to his outside. Pretty sure that is the actual Tyler Bushy on the inside of row number 3 with the 23 to his outside.
Green's out. Green flag. Green flag.
My apologies. Must have accidentally hit that. But my apologies, folks. We're working lap 3, number 8 here of heat race number 1. Quentin Stohart seems to be leading the way right now. Nicholas Scavia in P number 2. Matt Barber and Brody Plots rounding out your transfer positions here tonight. Of course, top 4 are going to be going to the heat races. Actually, top 5 or 6. We have 10 cars in this heat and 21 drivers, so we'll see how that boils down with the math. But Stohart, Scavia, Barber, Plots, following each other nose to tail with Tyler Bushy in there as well. And don't look now, but Ryan Holland, he's currently sitting in that E6 position. So hopefully he's able to make his way back up as Matt Barber's looking to the bottom, see if he can make anything work coming off turn number 4 as he's chasing that number 17, Scavia. But it's all been Quentin Stohart this whole entire way so far in heat number 1. No cautions yet. Working lap number 7 of 8 now officially as the timing the scoring starts to click the laps off, and Quentin Stohart clicking them off as well as a leader. But that 17 of Scavia and Matt Barber closing his way in, looking to battle for the heat win here as those two drivers are looking to the bottom as Stohart, big issue. Somebody got into him there. Loses his left front tire from what I could see. As we are coming to the white flag, things took a turn here, big time. The number 16 of Barber got into Scavia. Scavia maybe got pushed up into Stohart a little bit, but Scavia up the track, and the race is over. Scavia, Barber, Bushy, Plots, Holland, Stohart, Vern, West, Scott, and DeMont in rounding out your field here in heat number 1. So those drivers will take a bit of a break here and wait for heat number, or wait for their B main and A main. As heat number 2 is currently gridding up, we have the 24 of Clayton Slomsky and the 91 of Chad Lackey making up row number 1. The 76, I'm pretty sure that's Ryland Banks in that machine, to the inside of row 2. The 71 of Trevin McCrillis, I do believe that is, to his outside. Josh Black there in that number 7 ride with just waiting for the camera angles to cycle through, timing and scoring, all that good stuff. The 27 to his outside. That's a pretty nice looking ride with that orange and black. As Slobsky's right on the tail end of that pace truck. He's ready and raring to go. He wants this heat win. You definitely can tell that. But Chad Lackey, Ryland Banks, and that number 71 of what I do believe is to be Trevin McCrillis. They're not going to go down without a fight. You know that here. So all these drivers will never go down without a fight. Of course, the competition in the field is quite stiff, so you have Lackey and Solovsky bring us to the green flag here for this heat. I do believe lights on the pace truck are out. The green flag is in the flagger's hands. The pace truck's going to be looking to go to the safety of the infield here in a moment. His truck pulls off.
Green flag, green flag.
Drivers fire, and we are green. Slavsky with a really good jump out of that restart box. Lackey, of course, looking to the bottom, seeing if he can make any hay. But that 71 of McCrillis is right on his tail end as the battle is on for P2 right now. Slavsky seems to maybe have checked out just a little bit here for the first lap as we click off lap number 1. Slavsky leads his first heat lap in the Northeast iRacing League, but McCrillis working that bottom, throws the slider on Lackey. Lackey gets into the back of him. They both slow down. That number 27 of Chris Martin, Adam Flyler, battling hard as well as they exchange pleasantries coming through turns 3 and 4, but it's all been Slavsky so far. That's what he's wanting to see in his rear view, is those drivers battling as the number 11 of
yellow.
turns that number 27 to Chris Martin. That is going to put us under the first caution flag in heat number 1 and of the evening. As Slavsky is going to slow down, gather the field up and behind the pace truck. From what I can see right now, it's Slavsky, McCrillis, Lackey, Flyler, Black, Banks, Brown, and Denny, with Chris Martin rounding out the field right now. So hopefully that number 27 will be able to make his way back up into the field. As we are working caution number 1. Just wanted to make a shout out to the first league partner for the Northeast iRacing League, Ureshi Media, partnering up with NIRI, or IL. My apologies, the acronyms. Northeast iRacing League, of course, is what it is. I'm going to stop trying to get fancy here. But, huge shout out to Brody Plotz, owner of Ureshi Media, for partnering up with these guys as the field starts to double up and behind the pace truck. Slavsky and Lackey on row number 1 coming to this restart. There's Slavsky and McCrillis, sorry, not Lackey. Lackey and Flyler in P4. Josh Black and Ryland Banks making up row number 3 as we're getting ready to come back to the green flag here. We'll see if Slavsky can fire off as quick as he did the last time. I know McCrillis, Lackey, Flyler, Black, Banks, they're all hungry. But the number 24 is the control car, so he will decide when we fire. As we're about to come back to the green, the pace truck comes off into the pit area.
Green.
Gets ready and fires. McCrillis gives him a little bit of a shove, though, there to the door as Slavsky runs that cushion on the outside, but McCrillis is all over his back end. As Slavsky starts to pull away a little bit, McCrillis running that cushion right in behind Slavsky, too, but Chad Lackey's starting to make some noise in that P3 position with Adam currently running behind him in that number 11. Trouble there at the back of the field. Not 100% sure what that was. We'll see if that puts us under caution or not. But Slavsky continues to lead with McCrillis, Lackey, and Flyler currently all in for sure transfer positions. As I do believe we're going to have the top 6 from each heat going if this is the final heat, but McCrillis looking to the bottom of that number 24, Slavsky, seeing if he can catch any grip down on the bottom, but Slavsky is able to keep the momentum off that high side as they're pretty much not much separating them. McCrillis beat him to the line as he tries to throw the slider on Clay, but Clay throws that crossover coming down the back straightaway. Chad Lackey, also, like I said earlier, he's trying to make some noise for this heat win here as he goes to the bottom of that number 71, gets into him, makes a little bit of contact, but it's looking like Clayton Slavsky gets the win here. Not 100% sure where they finished. We're going to wait for timing and scoring here. It looks like Chad Lackey came... No, Clayton did come away with that one. So Clayton Slavsky coming away with his first Northeast iRacing League heat win. I saw him up on the fence there at the finish, but just waiting to see where scoring is going to put things finished. I'm pretty sure it was Lackey that was the heat winner now. Either way, we'll see exactly what happens once we get going for these this consolation event here. Yes, the B main is now underway, so I do believe it'll be the top 4 transferring into the show here, as we took 12 from the heat, so top 6 from each heat made the show. Top 8, my apologies, top 8. So we are taking how many to the show? 18? 10 from this one, okay. So either way, top 10 in this consolation event will make the show here. My apologies for the misinformation earlier. I will definitely own any mistakes that I do make. Looking like Ryan Holland is gonna and Chris Martin are gonna make up row number 1 here. We have Quentin Stohart and Mike Denny in the 97 in row number 2. Josh Vernon, that 24 Slavsky. He's hungry after an unfortunate incident in his heat race, so we'll see how he rebounds from that. Of course, we always nickname him the closer, so... Or we've nicknamed him the closer. Sorry. As the field rolls off for the first of 2 pace laps here. Looking like John West to the inside of row number 5. It's going to be Holland and Chris Martin leading us to the green flag on this one. Stohart as well. He's hungry too. You know that. The number 97 of Mike Denny too. Josh Verne, he's strong here, and so is Slavsky. As these drivers right up next to that pace truck. They're definitely ready and raring to go. As the flagman puts the 1 to go signal out, lights on the pace truck are officially out. So we are coming to the green flag this time around for the B main. Top 10. Make it in. 10 laps, of course. We'll let David resume the race control status, and we'll go from there. As Holland, Martin, Stohart, Denny, Verne, Solovsky, West, McCrillis, Banks, and
out,
more
green flag,
ready
green
to see
flag.
if they can transfer into the show here. As the green flag is displayed, we are green. All into the early jump with Martin not too far behind. Quentin Stohart jumping up into that P3 number position, and Josh Verne sorting it out as well. Clayton Slavsky running in top 5 with Mike Denny right on his back bumper, but McCrillis looking to work the bottom on that number 24. But Ryan Holland, it's all him as Josh Verne gets into the wall a little bit there. Hopefully that didn't damage his car too much as we're having trouble coming down the back straightaway. 76 of Bank gets in the 444 of West. Josh Verne, of course, working over that number 76, but it's all Ryan Holland right now as we're seeing Quentin Stohart and Martin still challenge for the lead. Stohart gave it a little too much, made a little bit of contact with that number 27 of Chris Martin. Going to turn number 1, they lost a little bit of ground to that number 15 of Holland, who has always been strong in
Yellow,
the
yellow,
Northeast
yellow.
iRacing League. Currently watching that final transfer position, we have Mike Denny right on that bubble as we're under yellow for Josh Verne, who is currently on the outside looking in. So only one car from this show will not make it. As we are working caution number 1 in this 10-lap B main, we are the halfway point right now. Holland, Stohart, Martin, McCrillis, Slavsky, Banks, Demont, Scott, Denny, and Verne. Currently all locked into the show with John West on the outside looking in right now. As we are still working this caution flag here. Allow drivers a chance to take their cars to the pit area, get things sorted out and under control. As the field has doubled up. Holland and Stohart making up that first row. Martin dropping back off that first row from the initial start. McCrillis moving up. Slavsky to the inside of row number 3 now. With Ryland Banks to his outside, the rookie. Eric Demon in that 72. Running P7 with Ken Scott to his outside right now, and Josh Verne, Mike Denny, and John West currently making up the rest of the field. So we'll see, unfortunately, which driver is going to be missing out on the A-main. But we're about to decide that as we're going to be coming to lap number 5 here. Pace truck pulls off. Holland fires. Stohart fires.
Green.
Holland with a really good jump on that start. We are back to racing. Slavsky looking onto the inside, making it pretty well 3 wide for third there. Doesn't seem to work out for him as the top 4 seem to get quite the run on the outside there as Slavsky moves his car back up to the top. It's looking like that top side's where you want to be. That's where Ryan Holland's been all night, but Quentin Stohart's trying to prove him wrong. He's been looking to the bottom of that number 15 quite a few times here tonight. McCrillis as well, trying to run the bottom. He's pretty well going wherever he can put that car to try and make a little more hay on the guy in front of him as Stohart sticks his nose down at the bottom of that 15, but that 15 just gets such a good launch off the outside of that corner. The 71 of McCrillis throws a slide job there. Stohart seems to cross him over as Chris Martin's looking back there as the 71 of McCrillis gets into the wall a little bit. Moves back into the P number 4 position. Clayton Slavsky looking to make that P number 5 for McCrillis, but I don't think it's going to happen quite yet as these guys are throwing sliders here, left, right, and center, but Ryan Holland able to check out with about a 6/10 of a second gap over that number 3 at Chris Martin, so we'll see if anybody can make up any ground as we are now lap number 9 of 10. This battle seems to be on for P3. Currently, Ken Scott in that 21 on the outside looking in for the A main. Of course, we're taking the top 10 as we have 2 laps remaining. Under 2 laps. We're now white flag as 3 wide for second here. McCrillis, Martin, and Stohart. Stohart on the outside. McCrillis throws the slider. Stohart crossing back over with Chris Martin looking to follow him. As it seems like that 71's on the outside. Martin gets to his inside to make a little bit of contact here, coming to the start-finish line, and it's gonna be Martin edging out that number 71 of McCrillis. So, Quentin Solovsky in the top 5, getting into the back of the 89 of Stohart. I don't know if there was a little bit of issue there, but hopefully everything's all right, as everybody, unfortunately, but Ken Scott transferring into the A main. As the field starts to grid up for this feature. Of course, want to shout out quite a few really good people before this A main. David Smith, of course, for taking the initiative and doing all the hard work and the leg work in the back at the NorthEast iRacing League to make everything happen. My hat's off to you, as always. Couple mentionables, Ella Scott, Jim Bordon, Ken Scott, all jumping in and helping make this happen. Of course, every single one of these drivers as well. Without them, we wouldn't have this show. Also want to particularly thank a couple new partners of the NorthEast iRacing League. We have Ureshi Media, who announced this week that they're going to be a title sponsor for the league. As the field rolls off. We'll take you through the field for the starting lineup here, as we do have a 6-car invert or 8-car invert. I'm not 100% sure which one. But either way, we have Logan Brown and Tyler Bushy on pole here. For the A main, we have that number 11 and Matt Barber to his outside. So Adam Filer and Barler making up row number 2. Row number 3, we're going to have the 91 of Chad Lackey and the 14 of Scavia. Row number 5, we're going to have Brody Plotz and Josh Black. Row 5, we're going to have Ryan Holland, the winner of that B-main, and Quentin Stohart in the 89 to his outside. Row 6, we're going to have Chris Martin, Trevin McCrillis. Row 7, we got the closer, Clayton Solovsky, with Derek Demont to his outside. John West and Mike Denny making up row number 8. And the final row for 18 cars. Row 18, we have the rookie Rylan Banks and the number 1 of Josh Verne. Unfortunately, Merrick Sabaran didn't make the show, as well as Ken Scott. I do believe Sabaran was just a little bit late to the party here tonight. So, either way, we're going to be coming to green here in a moment. His truck pulls off the safe haven in the infield. It's Brown, Bushy, and we are green here in the NorthEast iRacing League for round 2 of Volusia, and our little bit of a pickup race here tonight. I see the 91 of Lackey there in P5, sticking his nose down on the inside, making a little bit of contact with that number 11 of Flyler. As Tyler Bushy looking for the lead here over Logan Brown, here to lead lap number 1, but Brown fighting back on the inside. It's going to be Tyler Bushy leading the opening lap in that number X15 machine. Matt Barber making his way up through the field, though. Running P number 3, Matt was extremely strong in his heat race, hot laps, everything like that. So watch for him to be a force to be reckoned with tonight as the cream starts to rise to the top a little bit. As we're working lap number 3 of 30. No cautions yet. I had to make the joke. My apologies to anybody. But Matt Barber, Tyler Bushy seem to separate themselves from the field a little bit here as we're 3 wide for third with that number 96 of 91 of Lackey looking at the bottom of that angle of cars with Flyler, who Lackey threw the slider on, got in the back end. Flyler able to continue. As Logan Brown dropping back to P4 with that number 14 is Scavia working to his inside here, trying for that P4 position. Bunch of hungry dogs on the outside of this top 5 looking in as for P6. We're currently 4 wide coming down the back straightaway. McCrillis making his way up to the front here as well with that number 7 to Josh Black, but Holland's always strong and he's looking to fight the way through this traffic. Hopefully they'll be able to get to the front, but so far now, since lap 1, we've had Tyler Bushy, our leader, Matt Barber second, Chad Lackey sitting in third. As Logan Brown looking to the inside of Scavia there for that P number 4 position. Scavia crosses him back over and gets the position that time around the start-finish line. Scavia throws the slider, drives it really, really hard into turn number 1 there. McCrillis looking to the bottom of that number 9 right now with Ryan Holland currently in behind, so that battle seems to be really good for that P4 position. 4 really, really strong, hungry drivers here in NorthEast iRacing League. Battling it out back there. Tyler Bushy, Matt Barber, Chad Lackey, and Scavia is in the battle, sorry. They're pretty well nose to tail. Got about 3 or 4 car lengths in between each other, so we'll see if any of those drivers can challenge for the lead. Of course, these drivers extremely experienced in these longer 30-lap events. As we have McCrillis and Scavia battling it out for that position. Logan Brown working that outside lane, trying to get a run on those two. Can't quite make it happen as they come off turn number 4, barrel down in turn number 1. Ryan Holland still waiting back there. I might be saving something here for these front runners.
Yellow flag is out.
Currently running P7 for him. Notable Brody Plotz continues to refine his skill here in the NorthEast iRacing League as we are under caution. Not 100% sure what that was for. As we wait for the timing and scoring to cycle through, we'll be able to see who is scored officially as the leader. Tyler Bushy and Matt Barber, 1 and 2. Chad Lackey and Trevin McCrillis, number 4. Scavia rounding out your top 5. But like I was saying with Brody Plotz, notable running in the top 10 here tonight. Continues to refine his skill in this iRacing. Track photographer at Brockville. Not exactly sure how long he's been in the iRacing community for, but I assume it's for a little while, and he's just getting better and better and better every race we do here in the NorthEast iRacing League. I'm sure he's practicing and running his own laps, running his own races throughout the week. But, Tyler Bushy, Matt Barber showing the way here tonight. As we're working lap 10 of 30 right now. We're working the caution flag, field doubling up here. From what I see, the lights on the police truck are out, so we should be coming to green this time around. Bushy, Barber, Lackey, McCrillis, Scavia, Brown, Holland, Flyler, sorry, Black, Plotz, Vern, Slavsky, Emont, Martin, Denny, West, and Banks rounding out your field here as we're coming to the green flag. Flagman has the flag in the hand. Tyler Bushy gets a little bit of a push from that number Lackey, and we are green. That little bit of a push really shot that number X15 out through quite a good jump here as they work their way down into turn number 1. Lackey looking to the inside of that number 16 to Barber right now as Barber's working the high side. Of course, firing off in P2. That high side, like I said, just seems to be really good as the track continues to burn away. It seems like guys are starting to work the way up there as Tyler Bushy, of course, right now.
Yellow flag is out.
We're under caution. I do believe the 71 of McCrillis was involved in that. Black possibly involved in that as well. Not sure if Vernon Slavsky got a piece of it as well. And Logan Brown. Possibly the cause for that, I'm not sure. As Chad Lackey moves up into P number 2 here for after that restart, that brief run we had. Yeah, it was the 71 of McCrillis involved in that issue. Not sure what happened there, but unfortunate for him. He was having a really solid run here tonight. Hopefully he'll be able to get that reset and figured out if he has that reset left. but all Tyler Bushy here tonight. I know he's a regular in the Street Stock Pro Stock division in the Northeast racing area. I can say I remember when I was younger at the Speedway, I can remember Tyler winning quite a few feature races, so really, really glad to see him in the Northeast iRacing League here. It's Chad Lackey currently running in P2 behind him with Matt Barber running P3. We have Scavia and Brown P5 and 6, or 4 and 6, sorry. Ryan Holland making his way up through the field here, currently running that P number 7 position with Brody Plotz right in behind him, P8. Josh Vernon and Clayton Slavsky rounding out your top 10.
Hang on, we're not going green.
As the lights, I can see, are still on the pace truck, so we're going to go another lap here. Let these drivers get their position sorted out, let race control assist with what they need to do. As we are on lap 12 of 30 here. As lights are now out on the... No, they're still on there from what I can see. Bushy continuing to lead the way here tonight as the field starts to get a little bit tighter, get a little more doubled up. The 71 of McCrillis coming off of the pit lane. Hopefully he's able to remain on the lead lap and continue to battle his way back up, continue that really good run that he's been having. He's definitely showed strength here in the Northeast iRacing League tonight, so hopefully, like I said, he'll be able to make his way up through the field. As lights on the pace truck are out, Tyler Bushy and Chad Lackey going to be leading us to green this time for restart number 2. Matt Barber and Scavia in P4. Logan Brown and Ryan Holland on the outside of row number 3. Look for him to make his way up through the field as drivers get ready to fire off.
Green flag, green flag.
Green. That number 15 of Bushy got a really, really good launch that time for the restart. Not sure if race control is going to be looking at that or not, but highly doubt it as he is the leader and green flag was displayed. Green obviously means go. So Bushy leading the way here with 91 Lackey looking to his inside as they come down the front straightaway and down turn number 1. Matt Barber down on the inside of that 17 Scavia as well.
Yellow flag is out.
Now moving up into P5 as we are back under yellow here on lap 14 of 30. Like the number 444. Sorry, the 444 of John West. Looking to be scored toward the rear, so assuming there was an issue there for John, hopefully he'll be able to get things figured out here. So we have Tyler Bushy, Chad Lackey, Nicholas Scavia, Matt Barber, and Ryan Holland, your top 5 as they run right now. Just going to be, when we resume, we'll be at the halfway point here. Sure if that countdown has anything to do with anything, but for the moment we're just going to ignore that as we continue to work lap 14 of 30 here. Bushy, Lackey, Scavia, Barber, Holland, Vern, Brown, Plot, Slavsky, Martin, Black, Demont, Denny, Weiler, Hanks, West, and McCrillis And out your fuel. As the field begins to double up here behind the pace truck. Getting ready for this third restart here tonight in the NorthEast iRacing League. It's going to be Bushy and Lackey this time. I know Bushy got quite the pop out of the last restart, so see if he's figured something out that these guys haven't, or these guys
Green's out. Green flag.
gotten
Green
wise to
flag.
what he's doing. Is looks like a pretty good restart again for that number 15. Bushy is the leader, of course. He's control car, so he decides when we fire. Number 91, Alaki, drops in behind him as Matt Barber gets a really good run going down the back straightaway on the outside there. Brody Plotz, of course, working where we always see him, right up on that top line as he currently runs. As the number 14 Escavia gets around, see if he can gather it back up, as hopefully we can stay green. As Tyler Bushy, Lackey, Barber, Holland, and Vern lead the way here. That's pretty well 4 cars for the win right now. Of course, Bushy, Lackey, Barber, Holland, Vern, and Brown. The only real front runners is Brody Plotz is definitely showing some strength here, looking to see if he can get around Josh Byrne at all. I know he just was able to work around that number 9 machine of Logan Brown as the 76 around the banks takes it down in the pit area. We continue to stay green with Chad Lackey still right tight to that tail of that number X15 of Bushy, as Lackey's looking to see if he can make anything happen on that bottom lane over that X15 of Bushy. They come off the turn almost side by side, not quite, as Bushy's running the top there. The 91, Lackey, of course, running the bottom. Don't look now, but Ryan Holland
Yellow flag is out.
some noise here, currently running P3 as we fall back under the caution flag here for the 4th time, I do believe, tonight. Tyler Bushy currently still leading the way as the field scrambles behind the pace truck. Chad Lackey, Ryan Holland, and Matt Barber with Brody Plotz, notable, running 5th right now. So definitely Brody's found something here tonight, and he's liking what that number 96 ride's doing. So we just got word on what probably just caused our caution flag. I'm sure it did. The number 97 of Mike Denny has said in the chat, appears I have left the track. Yeah, that would definitely put us under the yellow flag, Mike. As Ryland Banks currently being scored P17 right now. Seems like the 89 of Quentin Stohart has dropped out of the race, so still have 17 drivers currently running in this A main. The 24 Solopsky also having troubles under this caution flag here. Not sure what happened there. We'll keep an eye and see if he's able to resume his position. I am sure he is, as long as it was well within the rule book, to say the least. Solopsky joins at the tail end of the field, unfortunately. Chris Martin back there gives Solopsky a little bit of a shove. Not sure if there's a little bit of bad blood going on between those two. Something to keep an eye on, definitely. Tyler Bushy, Chad Lackey going to be leading the way again for this restart, number 4, if I'm correct. Matt Barber and Ryan Holland.
Green's out. Him. Green flag. Green flag.
Back to green, and that 15 of Bushy gets a really good jump out of the hole again. As Chad Lackey working that outside lane with that number 15 of Ryan Holland behind him as we continue the green flag. It doesn't look like anything we need to be keeping an eye on right now with that 24 and 27. As Tyler Bushy continues to lead the way, it looks like the battle currently is for P2 right now with Barber and Lackey, with Ryan Holland in the mix as well. Josh Byrne starting to make a little bit of noise here as well. Brody Plotz falling back into that P number 6 position. Logan Brown trying to climb his way back up through the field here tonight. Watching that number 71 of Trevin McCrillis as well, as he's coming up the leaderboard. He has now broken his way back into the top 10 with 8 laps remaining here. Tyler Bushy and Chad Lackey looking again for that lead on the bottom side as Matt Barber's right in his tire tracks. Ryan Holland, it's looking like synchronized racing almost with these guys running the top and the bottom as Chad Lackey bobbles a little bit coming off the turn number 2 there. Tyler Bushy seems to have a little bit of a gap. Slacky drops back to the P number 4 position with Barber and Holland able to capitalize on that mistake that happened in turn number 1 for Lackey. Matt Barber trying to see if we can make a little hay down on that bottom on that number 15 of Tyler Bushy. As Bushy continues to lead here, he's running that high line, been right up against that cushion. Ryan Holland, though, he won't go down very easily as we have 5 to go now here, about 25 of 30 here in the Northeast iRacing League. Matt Barber has his hands full with that number 15 of Ryan Holland currently right now. Chad Lackey dropping back just a little bit as we're almost 3 wide for the lead as Matt Barber sticks his nose underneath that number X15 and Tyler Bushy going into turn number 1. Holland getting into the back of Bushy as well. Bushy's fighting back for the lead though as Matt Barber continues to get a good drive off that bottom on that number 15 of Bushy. Ryan Holland under attack by that number 91 of Chad Lackey as we have some fantastic racing for the lead, working lap number 27 of 30 right now. Bushy and Barber trading sliders, crossovers, everything for this lead here. So definitely going to have to keep an eye on this battle as Lackey seems to be making a little bit of noise, seeing if he can climb up. Lackey's been extremely strong tonight, and watching that 15 of Ryan Holland as well battle his way up through the field.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
The inside, and we are under caution with 2 laps remaining. The 76 of Bank, 97 of Mike Denny. It's looking like Trevin McCrillis involved in that as those drivers exchanged some pleasantries, unfortunately, here. Not sure if that meant anything or not, but either way, the drivers will get their cars righted, pointing the right direction, and continue on here tonight. Looking at the number 97 of Mike Denny there as we work this 5th yellow flag. That was a really, really good battle, and it's going to continue to be a really, really good battle between Bushy and Barber. Lackey and Holland, of course, they're not going down very easy at all, as it's been those 4 drivers currently battling for the win here at Volusia in round 2 for the Gator. Thankfully, they can't go swimming in the Gator Pond like some Volusia winners do after they win their race. A refreshing dip after a race, but I wouldn't want to meet that Gator, that's for sure. As Vern and from what I can see, Plots currently making up row number 3. So see if they can make any noise here on this final restart. From what I understand, it will be a green-white checker situation and not overtime, but we'll be there as Barber's. We're going single file, yes, because we are inside 5 laps to go here. So drivers are going to go single file. Bushy's going to see if he can get the jump on that number 16 of Matt Barber with Chad Lackey following him behind. As we're coming down to the green flag here. Single file restart. Haven't seen one all night yet. That number 16 gives that number 15 quite a little bit of a bump, but that 15 of Bushy able to get a good jump. Matt Barber works his way down to the turn number 1 as we have that number 91 of Chad Lackey working to the outside. Ryan Holland following him. See if they can make any momentum up on that number X15 of Bushy. As the drivers are coming around to, I do believe, the white flag now. So it's going to be Tyler Bushy leading the final lap here so far with Matt Barber trying everything he can, throwing everything he can at that number X15 of Bushy. Chad Lackey, though, seeing if he can improve the position. Ryan Holland looking to get on the podium, working to that outside, but it's all going to be Tyler Bushy. He's going to take the checker flag here tonight with that number 16 to Matt Barber in a close second. Chad Lackey, again, on the podium here in the Northeast iRacing League. That was some very fun racing to watch, folks. Ryan Holland, Josh Byrne, Brody Plotz, Slavsky, 7th place, the closer. Logan Brown, Derek Demont, Josh Black rounding at your top 10. Nicholas Scavia, 11th. John West is going to be coming home P12. Trevin McCrillis, from a really good run to, unfortunately, an unfortunate run here. Coming away, P13 as the podium drivers are going to be going to take some photos here on the front straightaway. Hopefully Chad Lackey is going to be able to get in there. If any of the podium drivers are listening in, please come into the commentators chat. We'll have a nice little chat about your performance, of course. Would love to hear from you guys. Ryland Banks coming home P14. Mike Denny, P15. Adam Flyler coming home 16th. And Quentin Stohart and Chris Martin, unfortunately not finishing this event here tonight. I'm going to try and see if anybody wants to jump in here. We have Chad Lackey, our P3 finisher. Having a really strong run all night, Chad. Really glad to see you back here in the NorthEast iRacing League. Congrats on your third place finish here tonight, bud.
Yeah, thanks. Track was amazing tonight. Really good run by Tyler and Matt. I thought I had something on the bottom for Tyler, and then I slipped, and Ryan and Matt both got by me, which was fun, but still sucks. Car felt great. Just needed a little bit more time, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Seat time is going to be extremely important here in the iRacing League, and that's something you're getting for sure. I know a former vintage driver. What did you find the track was like compared to last week?
Definitely slicker on the bottom. Definitely slicker. Less grip for sure, but still, if you managed to ride that wall on the inside and just keep the car straight, it had pretty good pull off the corner.
Almost like a cornwall, I'd find.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, thanks for having a chat with us, Chad. Always love to hear from you. We also have, from what I believe, our P2 finisher, Matt Barber, joining in the chat. Matt, how'd your night go, bud? I see you were pretty well the only one who could challenge that X15 of Bushy.
Man, that was a ton of fun. That's the most fun I've had in the league so far. It was really good. I enjoyed that a lot.
Yeah, definitely. How do you find the track here tonight? I know we were playing with some settings. We heard from Chad. He seemed to enjoy the event, so it was definitely fun watching you guys from our perspective.
Yeah, I wasn't here the last time we did Volusia. I think I was racing Cornwall. Yeah, I was racing Cornwall. But it was pretty good, actually. I didn't expect to have that much grip on the bottom when I moved down there, and then I just worked out.
Yeah, that's always good. It definitely is good to hear from these drivers. Get your opinion on how these track conditions are going. As you know, that can be adjusted in the settings. So really glad to hear you guys are happy, Matt.
Yeah, that's the most fun I've had in the league so far. So that's definitely a positive. The big good race between me, Chad, Ryan, and Tyler, of course. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was really good watching you guys swap positions pretty well. The X15 of Tyler Bushy coming away with the win here tonight. So thanks for having a chat with us, Matt. We always appreciate it, and hope to talk to you soon sometime.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for having me.
Yep. We have the 24, Clayton Slofsky in here tonight. Coming away P7. Clay, you got a moment to chat here, bud?
Hello?
Hey, yeah. Clay. How was the track tonight, bud?
It was good. You know, I screwed up in the heat there on the last lap. Pretty upset with the 27 right now, but yeah, it was pretty fun.
Yeah, unfortunate to see you guys exchanging pleasantries there. I'm sure officials will look at what they need to.
Oh, yeah.
But either way, really fun watching you close your way from pretty well leading a heat race to having to come in through the B main. You just have no luck in those first few events of the night, eh?
Yeah, I'm having a hard time just finishing those heat races, I find. And then it would be a better qualifying for the feature.
Yeah. I'm sure you'll get there. Like Chad Lackey said, time. It takes time. So hopefully you're up toward the front here soon. And hope to hear back from you pretty soon as well in the iRacing League here.
Thanks, Colin.
Alrighty, folks. Gonna run you down through... Pardon me, David? Gonna finish out the event here tonight. Run you through the top 10 one final time. We had Tyler Bushy leading wire to wire here tonight. At Volusia, Matt Berber coming away second. Third was Chad Lackey. P4, Ryan Holland. Coming away fifth, Josh Verne. Watson sixth. Slavsky seventh. Logan Brown coming home eighth. Derek Demont making a showing in the top 10 in ninth. Josh Black, other top 10 in the Northeast iRacing League. Nicholas Scavia coming away P11. John West. McCrillis, Banks, Denny, Flyler, Stohart, Martin. Rounds out your field. Definitely want to thank you folks for tuning in tonight. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, whatever it may be, from whatever streaming platform you're watching. I know we're not on Facebook Live yet, but if you can find us at the Northeast iRacing League on Facebook, give our page a like, a follow. We'll be able to get on there soon. My name is Colin Chisamore, driver of the 03 mini stock at Brockville and Cornwall Speedways, respectively, so far. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good night, folks.